Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
Keir Starmer was warned he is taking a dangerous gamble with public safety today as ministers prepare to unveil plans to release thousands of prisoners early. The aunt of Zara Aleena, who was murdered by a man who had been out on license for 9 days, raised alarm that convicts will not be supervised adequately. Justice Secretary Shabana Mahmood is set to announce a series of measures later designed to ease overcrowding in jails and avert unchecked criminality on our streets. They are expected to include allowing less serious offenders to be automatically freed after serving 40% of their sentence, rather than the current 50%. Sir Keir has installed Lord James Timpson, who previously argued that around 2/3 of prisoners did not need to be locked up, as prisons minister. The PM teed up the move as he gave a press conference at the NATO summit overnight, insisting there were far too many prisoners for the prison places that we've got. Pointing the finger at the previous government, he said, "We knew there was going to be a problem, but the scale of the problem was worse than we thought." However, Conservatives accused the government of deploying scare tactics. A senior Tory source said, "This is shameless scaremongering from the Labour Party that risks causing mass panic. Labour have come into government with hundreds of prison places available, but they've lost their nerve, and are now stoking public panic for political gain." Ms. Aleena's Aunt Farah Naz told BBC Breakfast, "If the system cannot deal with those people being released into the community, then those people are not going to be supervised adequately. And when people, perpetrators, even thieves are not supervised adequately, crime can escalate. It doesn't always escalate, but it can. Then we've got unsupervised people because of a poor probation service in the community and people become emboldened. Well, I can do what I like if nobody is supervising me, and that's what happened in our situation. It was a man that was emboldened because he was not supervised, he was not assessed, he was constantly allowed to do what he wanted to do, and therein lies a dangerous gamble with public safety with this move right now." In the case of Ms. Aleena's killer Jordan McSweeney, Ms. Naz said the probation service was not fit to deliver supervision or act in a timely way when he broke his license conditions. Overall, 20,000 inmates could be released early in the next few months. Answering questions at the NATO summit, Sir Keir said, "The crux of the problem we face at the moment, and it is a terrible problem, is that we've got far too many prisoners for the prison places that we've got and we soon will have. That is gross irresponsibility of the outgoing government. It is a basic function of government that you should have enough places for your prisoners that judges are sending to prison. And for that to have failed, I think tells you something material about the last government, that we have to pick this up and we have to fix it. I can't build a prison in the first 7 days of a Labour government." Sir Keir added, "We knew there was going to be a problem, but the scale of the problem was worse than we thought. And the nature of the problem is pretty unforgivable in my book, having worked in criminal justice, to have allowed your criminal justice system to get to a state where you simply haven't got the prison places for prisoners. This is a predictable problem, it's shocking. And I think that when further details are released of this, you'll have plenty of extra questions for those that came before us." Metropolitan Police Commissioner Sir Mark Rowley said plans to release some prisoners early were the least worst option. He told ITV's Good Morning Britain, "The government have got a situation where there's no easy solution. Prisons are very, very close to full and filling up day in day out. The worst possible thing would be for the system to block, because the system blocks in prisons if they get completely full. That kicks back into the courts and into what we do. And that's really dangerous for the public. So the government are forced into making a rapid decision to avoid that risk. So it's going to be the least worst option they're going to have to find, so I understand what they're trying to do, however not ideal it is." Ahead of a SP